This story begins with a ruthless family tradition. The Lee family is one of the most powerful clans in our city, but behind their wealth hides a terrifying curse. Every woman who marries into the family and gives birth dies. Generation after generation, no exception. The only way to break the curse is for a woman with a special constitution to survive childbirth. And they believe they have found her. Her name is Yun. She comes from a poor rural village, abandoned by fate, carrying the weight of her entire village's expectations. The Lee family doesn't choose her for love, or respect, or even humanity. They choose her as a tool, a womb, a gamble to save their bloodline. Yun is kidnapped, forced into marriage, and locked inside the Lee family estate. The marriage certificate is signed before she can even understand what's happening. To them, she isn't a wife, she's a mission. Her husband, Lee Shaoting, is cold, distant, and emotionally scarred. Ever since his mother died giving birth, he has feared women, intimacy, and attachment. He never wanted this marriage, but the pressure of his dying grandfather, the family curse, and the collapsing family business force him to accept it. From the very beginning, Yun tries to escape. She fights, she runs, she resists. But every escape attempt is crushed. The family locks her in, monitors her movements, and reminds her again and again that her body no longer belongs to her. Yet Yun is not weak. She survives beatings, humiliation, and threats. Even when treated like livestock, she refuses to break. Slowly, Lee Shaoting begins to see something he never expected: strength. Against his will, he starts protecting her. He stops the servants from abusing her. He stands between her and his relatives. He shields her from the most brutal traditions. What begins as obligation turns into guilt. Guilt turns into concern. Concern turns into feelings he never allowed himself to have. But danger doesn't come only from inside the family. Lee Shaoting's former fiancée returns, elegant, manipulative, and obsessed with reclaiming her position as the Lee family's future mistress. She despises Yun, calling her a village girl, a breeding tool, an embarrassment. She plots endlessly, drugging Yun, sending her into dangerous situations, even attempting to have her assaulted. Every time, Yun barely survives. The turning point comes during Shaoting's birthday. Yun discovers the truth behind his pain. His mother died during childbirth, not because she was weak, but because the Lee family forced her to give birth repeatedly to produce an heir. That trauma shaped his fear, his distance, and his hatred of the family curse. For the first time, Yun understands him. And for the first time, Shaoting chooses Yun over the family. When Yun is publicly humiliated at a high-end club and forced to drink herself to death for money, Shaoting storms in like a demon. He shuts down the entire venue, destroys the people who harmed her, and declares to everyone that Yun is his wife. Not a tool, not a replacement. His wife. From that moment on, the balance shifts. Shaoting begins dismantling his own family from the inside. He exposes corruption, illegal deals, and crimes committed by his uncles. At a board meeting, he strips them of power one by one, reclaiming control of the Lee Empire. And then comes the miracle. Yun is pregnant. The doctors confirm it. The family panics. Joy and fear collide. If she survives, the curse is broken. If she dies, history repeats itself. This time, Shaoting refuses to gamble her life. He publicly announces that Yun's life matters more than the Lee bloodline. If she dies, he will destroy the family himself. The curse ends not because of fate, or superstition, or sacrifice. It ends because someone finally chose love over tradition. Yun survives childbirth. The child is born healthy. The Lee family curse dies with the old generation. In the final scenes, Shaoting stands beside Yun, no longer a prisoner of fear, no longer a puppet of legacy. The village girl once treated as disposable becomes the most respected woman in the Lee family. Not because she gave birth, but because she endured, because she lived, and because she changed everything.